I hope we're doing well this evening. Happy Friday. I don't know about you, but as the school year gets closer, I'm definitely looking forward to each Friday. It's testing week for us, so we are definitely needing a bit of a break now that things are wrapping up with those kiddos, getting things going. So I'm excited for hanging out with you guys and doing some storytelling. I don't know about all of you. Sometimes it's nice to just have a bit of a break. So yes, it's good to have a nice break sometimes. For those of you who were with us last week, we did, make it to 5 viewers. So we get to use that Etsy code for the store, Fairy Tale, for 15% off your entire purchase. I pinned it into the chat, so if you join us later on, it's there and free for anyone to use if you'd like to, whether you're here last week or not. You're welcome to hang out with us and check things out in the store. So I hope you'll go save things in there. And currently, I think I have the code good to May 6th, but I might make that move up a little bit. That way, anyone can use it for when I update some things that will go into the shop. Hopefully this coming Monday, fingers crossed, we'll be adding some new things in there, like some bookmarks that we're going to be making today, some new potion bottles and things like that. So yes, if you guys would like to have that going, that'll be still going on there even next weekend, as long as I program things correctly. You all know me, not always the best at tech, but we're working on it. We are getting better week by week. So yes, progress. All right, so yes, this week we continue our little foray through fairy tales and folklore. Last week we finished up with a bit of Slavic Russian folklore, so I thought we'd head a little bit southwards, hit a little bit of some desert folklore, and let's see if you all can guess which culture this one came from. So as you head back down to Phandalin, you hear a strange tale of a mysterious deer. Now, it's said that this deer is as pure white as snow, that perhaps when it roams through the forest, you can hear a crystal clear clarion call, and that when this deer is truly present in each and every bit of woods, not only is there a bit of that mystical call, but beautiful golden fairies are cast about its horns. Maybe, just maybe, if you can catch this mystical deer, you will be considered the most famous of hunters in all of the lands. What will you think up next? And so, the tale to be told begins thus. Returning to Phandalin, so exhausted after chasing through the woods after a curse and a strange tale. But the story is not quite over, dear friends. I'm afraid more strange stories await you upon your return. For when you arrive, it seems, oh yes, it seems, yet another strange story awaits you there. For when you arrive, you hear such an even stranger tale to be told. Yes, over at Barthen's Traders, it seems, there is a ranger there who says, "Did you hear? Up in Neverwinter Wood, there could be but a strange stag, all pure white as snow. I saw it but for a glimpse off in the mist. I could have sworn I heard a trumpet sound when I saw it over there, not 30 feet away from me, and I could have sworn a band of golden fairies cast about his horns. When I saw it, I would have thought I had been eating fay caps that morning with breakfast. Such a strange sight. A white stag with golden fairies off in the mist? Really now, I must be going insane. He shakes his head while trading with Barthon and hoping for more supplies for the few golden nuggets he found by a stream. Now, Barthon's a shrewd barter, and he does get the supplies he needs, but you are quite curious. A pure white stag. Something like that surely casts your fancy. After all, you've been chasing after all kinds of strange things. Golden apples, whatever it was that frog was after, a curse. Isn't it about time that you got after something that was interesting just for you? And so you stop the ranger and you ask him, "Roundabouts, where did you see that pure white stag? Do you think you could show us? Did it seem dangerous in any way? Was it maybe northwards? Was it close to Cragmaw Castle, do you think? Could you show us the way?" Now, he isn't headed that direction, but he does give you a few tips and say that if you head a little bit north from Cragmaw Castle, you may just pick up its scent. But be wary, travelers, for if you head too far north towards Mount Hotanau, you've definitely missed its trail. And so you head off into the mists. Now, he does warn you that strange things have been happening in Neverwinter Wood. Strange things indeed. And you may just find that that stag is not what it appears to be. Maybe you listen to him. Maybe you don't. We shall see. And so you head off into the woods. Heading further north, you do head towards Cragmaw Castle. Lucky you. Seems like no one's home, but best be careful. Perhaps you sneak, and perhaps you wander a little too close. Remember, dear adventurers, there are a few traps headed out there by that castle, and you don't want to trigger things even when no one's home. It can be a little dangerous for our adventurers. But eventually, you do pick up the trail. And you see those hoof prints leading off into the mists. And you start to follow. And after a while, you do hear a crystal clear clarion call. It sounds so pure and brassy. And you start to wonder, perhaps, is that a trumpet? So strange. Perhaps. What is that sound off in the mists? Truly, it's not a stag, is it? You get closer, and you do see a flash of white. You get even closer, and behold, yes, it is the stag. You think to draw your bow, and perhaps a friend draws their own bolts for a crossbow, and perhaps another draws daggers or a sword, hoping even to throw thus towards the stag. But, unfortunately, something leaps out at you from the mist, stopping you. Go, halt, pause, no! But you do still try to loose an arrow, just nicking it on its flank. And strangely, you thought you saw... Those aren't drops of blood, is it? It didn't seem red. You will have to check that out in a moment. But instead, you need to check out this intruder, the one who just knocked you off your game. Really now, those were precious arrows. It's really hard to get a hold of those piercing arrows. Dang it. This far away from Neverwinter. Probably never to find that arrow again either. And so you turn towards the gentleman who tried to stop you. You see he is dressed in a nice long robe, but it's been torn as if he's been traveling, perhaps for many weeks or months. You see he's also got a wrap upon his head, as if he's used to much warmer weather and perhaps has needed to protect himself from sun or scaling winds. And he does approach you rather desperately and says, "Nay, traveler, do not harm the stag. Don't you understand? That is but my child, and he has been cursed." Perhaps you believe him, but he does seem like a raving lunatic. I'll leave that for you to decide. But he is quite adamant that you do not harm the stag at all. Ignoring him for now, you do try to check out what was going on with that blood. So strange, so strange, so strange. And so you come closer. It doesn't look red. Odd. Coming closer, coming closer. No, definitely not red. Coming closer yet again. Is that glittering colors? Why, it's almost as if the stag's ichor itself is golden, much like the fey creatures that are said to swarm about its antlers. How very odd. Are white stags meant to have golden blood? You don't know very much about them. After all, they're not very common in this neck of the woods. In fact, are they common anywhere in Faerun? You can't quite recall. Perhaps, perhaps not. You notice that the strangely clad gentleman seems to be following you. He's quite determined, after all, to keep you from coming anywhere near the stag. You decide to try to ignore him for now, but also don't send him away. You haven't banished him, you're simply ignoring him. And so you move on, further into this neck of the woods. But he does follow you, and will continue to do so, for now. You decide to track the stag. It's wounded, and after all, you do want that arrow back. And you continue on, and further, and further, and further. And you think you found it again, paused in a clearing, crystal clear and beautiful. And you notice, interestingly, that it does seem like there is a swarm of golden creatures about its head. How very strange. One among you decides to sneak closer. They're a bit of a rogue by nature, and so they think they can get quite close. Investigating, it does seem like there's some sort of flying beast. And yes, they are pure gold, like sunlight, first thing in the morning. And she returns saying they're almost like flies or beetles, but they seem almost fey in nature, like fairy flies. So very odd. None of you have ever seen anything like it before, but they're quite beautiful. And the stag, it truly is purest white, like fallen snow. And it's got that scar across its flank from the arrow, and it does seem to be seeping golden ichor. Not blood, at least not humanoid blood. And you all seem a bit concerned, perhaps disconcerted, perhaps even worried that there's something mystical, magical happening here, that perhaps you should leave the stag alone. But you do desperately want to be considered the greatest archers, the greatest hunters of this age. And you do feel like you've earned it after everything that you've gone through this year. And so you decide to continue with your hunt. Drawing your bow once again, you decide to take aim. And as you do so, the gentleman clad in those sand-type robes comes from the woods once again. He begs you once more to stop. But you loosed your arrow, and this time your aim is true, and it strikes the stag straight in the breast. The stag falls, but he does not die. Those little golden creatures, they seem to scatter away into the mists. The sun parts slightly, and you see it fall upon the creature as he falls to the ground. You rush over to investigate. The man is sobbing and crying and trying to explain. Don't you know, this is but my child, and he has been cursed. Please, you must understand. There was a genie, a jinn, you see. He was angry with my family, and he cursed my child. He turned him into a beast, saying, no, but the curse will never end, not until the greatest ranger of this age fells him. But if truly he is fallen, then never then will the curse end. How then can this curse ever end? Luckily, curses are your specialty. And thinking it through, you decide, perhaps this is but a transformation. And perhaps, like all enchantments, the best thing to do when things are to heal them. And what can you do to heal a broken heart? And what can you do to heal a wound with an arrow? One among you is a druid, and they know exactly what to do. Carefully removing the arrow, they're able to heal the beast. And with a bit of magic and a bit of luck, it seems that he is transformed back into that of a boy. And while he may have been a bit more different than he once was, perhaps his magic a bit more wild than it used to be, perhaps a bit more attuned to the wilds than he was once before, this child is no longer that of the deer that he was a few moments before. He is now that of a young child, deeply tanned and used to the suns and the winds. And his father is so grateful to you. He gives you each one magic weapon. For truly you are the greatest hunters of this age, if you can hunt out the root of a broken heart. And perhaps you get a precious longbow or a great sword, or perhaps you are given the best dagger for a sneaky rogue. But he blesses you each and thanks you greatly, for you've helped him restore his son to him. And if perhaps you ever head into those truly arid desert lands, he would give you hospitality and a place to stay. All right. Our story stops there tonight, but our painting does not. For I'm going to go collect some brushes that I left to dry earlier today, and we're going to continue on with those little bits of bookmarks we started earlier today, and we will finish those up tonight. All right. So give me a minute or two to go collect those, and we will be right back. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy some intermission music. See you in about 30 seconds, friends. So, how are we doing tonight? I hope we're doing well. Sorry, I'm just trying to balance my little music guy over here. There we go. He's working now. Okay. So I got my cleaned brushes back. Yay. Okay, so these little bookmark friends that I kind of found in a drawer the other day, I realized they kind of make cute little panels. So we're going to mess around with panels tonight and see what we can do with that. That'll be fun. And we're just going to experiment a little bit. Okay, so last week we were playing around with a pond, and this is kind of what I ended up with. Probably looks a little bit different than what we started with. But while I was playing, we kind of had something a little bit interesting happen down in the corner. So I decided that maybe we needed to go in a slightly different direction. So I played around with some fall leaves, and this is kind of what we ended up with. So yes, some interesting times. But sometimes things take us in strange directions, and you just kind of have to go with it. And this is kind of what we ended up with. So yeah. It's fun. It's kind of a fun little fall pond read looking kind of thing. So yes, interesting times. Excuse me. I'm finding that I'm losing my voice a little bit today. I had to talk a lot during testing. So I'm quickly just stealing some water. I'm going to set this up here so that I have some water on my desk. Okay, there we go. That's much better. And hopefully that'll work out. Okay. So, I don't know about this paper. It's giving me fuzzies. I'm just going to get rid of some of these fuzzies. Weird little fuzzies. I like toned paper, but every now and again, it does weird things. And I'm like, huh. All right then. You do you. Hello, welcome. We're doing some watercolor panels using bookmarks. We're having fun. Okay, so I'm going to try to define up some of these little hillocks here with the it's kind of like little clumps of shrubbery that we're doing here, kind of having some fun. I just want to see if I can maybe get those a little bit darker, add some dimension to things. Right now it's pretty faint. I know it's not showing up on camera very well, but I just want to see what layers and dimensions I can maybe throw in there. Actually, I think I want to start with a bigger brush. Might as well start. Yeah, we're just kind of playing and having fun tonight. Trying something new, just seeing what we can do with that. And then like no pressures, it's all kind of just fun kind of way. So yeah. I was saying earlier that I'm definitely excited for the weekend. I don't know if anyone else is kind of feeling that this week. Oh yes, I think that's much better dimension. What are we feeling? I'm feeling ready for the weekend. And hello, Tori. I thought it was game night. Oh, that's too dark. I'm gonna have to lighten that up in a second. Whoops. It happens. It starts in 2 minutes. Oh, okay. So I'm going to lose you soon, huh? Okay, I'm going to have to go back in with green. You'll be lurking. Yes, you like to lurk. You're a lurker. Okay. I'm going to try to push that up a little bit since I kind of like obliterated the old line. That's fine. It happens. It happens. Okay. You say it like it's a bad thing. Lurking or obliterating the old line? Sorry. I'm so tired. You ever have those days where, like, you just sort of forget to have breakfast or drink coffee, and then you get to where you're going, and you're like, today was not the day to forget things. I can feel it. I needed help. That was today. I was just like, oh, oops. I feel crummy now. I actually kind of needed that extra cup of joe. That's fine. You mean every day? Huh. Well then. That's unfortunate. Maybe I do mean every day. Okay. That definitely feels better to me. Now that I've gotten some layers in here now. Because it should feel like this is all kind of the same. All kind of part of the same situation. Do 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 do. There we go. Okay. Having fun with things. Having fun. I feel like that's popping up in the chat too often. Maybe I'll adjust that. Although I did finally get it to actually pop up, so goals. One problem at a time, guys. First, you get it to show up. Then you get it to show up correctly. Yay! Wow, I am hyper. It's all good. Deep breaths. I usually zen out when I'm painting, but we'll see what happens. I don't always. Sometimes I get wild. We've learned. As we've learned. Okay. I should probably futzing with this one. Stop futzing, I mean. Otherwise I'm going to end up with weird things. But I like that little bit of shrub over there. Let's add some shrub to this one. Ooh, look at that green. That's gonna look nice. Okay. Shrub. I'll make it a little more brown. A little more brown. Okay. Hey, is Cameron in there? In the chat? Did you make it on tonight? I know we were having some tech difficulties earlier. Maybe not. It's all good. Okay. Yeah, this is good. Do. Oh, yes, that happens sometimes. And my internet connection is always not always the best, so sometimes it could be me too, so no stressors. No stressors. I have no idea why the auto mod flagged that message, by the way. Is one of those words like, do not tell me now, but you guys can like message me later. Is one of those words like bad? I don't know. But it like just flagged it. And I was like, none of that seems bad to me, but whatever. Do you, boo? I don't always know things. I'm a very G-rated person, if you guys haven't picked up on that yet. Aw, the universe doesn't want us to hang out. To be fair, though, we do spend, like, all day on Discord together. Maybe the universe was like, you two spend too much time. It's time for a break. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Cameron. What about switching to computer? Is it better on computer or a phone? I don't actually know because I do everything on my iPad usually. Gee, that's true. I accidentally swore the other day, and then I was so frustrated that I swore again. It was funny. I can laugh about it now, but at the time I was really embarrassed. To be fair to me, though, it was still like PG swearing. Okay, dinner. Now I'm hungry. It's only like 5:30 here. I don't even know. I haven't looked at the clock yet. It's not really dinner time. Let's line up some more brown. Try to... Okay. I'm gonna have to switch gears here in a second because I need some of this to... Oh, that's probably too much brown. Oops. Dang it. I kind of like that green there. Oh well. I was saying that I'm probably gonna have to switch gears here. Shoot. Erg. Now I have to fix it. Because I want this to dry and give me some of those layers so that I know like where things are gonna go. Otherwise, I'm not gonna know what's going on in these different little hillocks. And then I can do some shrubbery and stuff. I can let my Swiss sailor's mouth slip. Wow. Thanks, Cameron. I have permissions. Aww. I have permissions to swear. Okay. On that note, we're gonna do... I'm never gonna get back on track now. It's all over. Okay. We're gonna do... Thanks. Aw, hearts. Okay. We're... Sorry, I need a second. Okay. We're gonna do some trees up in here. I'm gonna start slow and just kind of blot things and then go back in with water because we're gonna add lots of definition later. You're the... Have you met Tori? You're the bad influence. Yep, that's definitely you. You're the corruptor. Definitely not learning all my swear words from Tori. Wow. Yeah, you blame Tori. Oh, I see how it is. Tori teaches you. And then you teach me. So when I get up to the pearly gates... Just kidding. I can be like, Cameron taught me everything, but he learned it from Tori, so... I think I just broke one of the rules of streaming. That's okay. Alright. Don't play... I'm sorry, who else was I supposed to have learned swear words from? Stop lurking. Go back to your D&D game. Shouldn't that have started? What time is it? 9 minutes ago. Now there's a plan. Okay. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of, I think she's already sworn once in the chat too, and it didn't catch it. I think it's hilarious. Is that it called out Cameron and ignored Tori. What's even happening? Okay. For those of you who are not Corey, Cameron, and are like, what the heck? This is normal. Don't make me sing the starting song from Jay and Silent Bob. I feel like there's a story to this. Okay. And this doesn't really warrant any blobby, but I'm going to put just like the hint. Oop, that was maybe too much hint. Too late. It's stuck now. Yeah, nobody knows what that is. I'm going to wash it just a little bit, though, so it's not as intense. That was like, oops, because those aren't supposed to be trees. Oh, well, they are now. There's no mistakes in art, just happy little accidents. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely adjusting how often that message comes up. I'm annoyed now. Okay. This is still too damp. That is kind of the downside of painting bookmarks, is things get damp. Things stay damp too long. Blarg. Alright, huh. Oh, I know what we can do. We can do lining. Lining, lining. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. Oh, shit. Sorry. But to be fair, though, I did just drop watercolor all down my front. I feel like I'm allowed to be expressive in that moment. Sorry, guys. Alright. And I just did it again. I just did it twice. Okay. That's fine. It's watercolor. It comes out in the wash. Usually. I hope. Better. This is like one of my favorite shirts. Otherwise, it's now a painting shirt. Yay! Is that rabbit hair on my brush? Oh well. Okay. So I'm just gonna go in and start to line little parts where I feel like I'm probably not going to add in any more brushing, and I can always blend and come back later. Okay. Do. Really? There needs to be like a consequence for this. Okay. Like, you're permanently banned from Etsy purchases or something. You're proud of me that I dropped a watercolor palette down my shirt twice and swore? Like, I don't know what says neurodivergent better than that. Hi, I'm Chelsea and I'm clumsy. Yes, it is a symptom of ADHD. Aw, thanks, Cameron. That's too washed out. I kind of like this music. I should do this more often. I usually do the one I go to sleep to because it kind of zens me out. But I like this one. We should do this more often. Can't remember. Did we do music last week? Maybe we didn't. We should. We should do music every week. All the weeks get music. Yay! And yes, I am vitaminated for the Twitch moderators. I did take my vitamins today. I'm just really tired. And when you're tired, it's harder to mask. And I'm very tired. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Squiggle, squiggle. Okay. Let's put some more squiggles over here. That was a big squiggle. I feel like this needs to be a squiggle, so it goes into that. Squiggle, squiggle. Okay. Yep. That feels dry enough to me now. Okay, let's add some more stuffs. I want to add... Let's do tiny. Okay. Let's add some texture. I'm gonna mix up some texture. So first I want black. Black. This isn't wet enough. That's almost too wet. Okay. Let's add some more paint. Line that out. There we go. Not black enough. There we go. Okay, I want to make sure that's not getting too dry there. Okay. Just a little couple places with some texture. Little bit of texture. Choop, 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 choop. Choop, choop, choop. Don't know why paint needs to have sound effects, but I feel like it does. Choop, choop, choop. Paint gets to have sound effects. Choop, choop, choop. Yes, you do. A happy little tree. Well, technically, it's shrubbery. Mm-hmm. Choop. Choop, 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 choop. Happy little shrubbery. Okay. And this is probably a little too dark, but nope, it seems like it's okay. Put it a little over here. And maybe a little bit right here. And a little bit right there. Right over here. Yeah, right there and right there. We're just making patterns. That's all painting is patterns. Sound effects do make everything better. Except, I've probably told this story before. I have a little brother. He went through a phase where he decided to be a velociraptor every day. And let me tell you, that sound effect did not make everything better. that was not better. So, love your velociraptors and pray they stay far, far away from you. Sorry, that's it's a bit of a Fiddler on the Roof parody. May the Lord bless the Tsar. I always liked that musical. Well, that's because you're a boy. Sorry. No offense, but... My brother was really into Jurassic Park at one point. He would literally go around the house and he'd make the noise and he would go like a velociraptor. Yeah, I'm just saying. He would like come right up into your face too, and you'd be like, "Yes, brother mine," and he would just do the noise, and you're like, "Thank you." Like, is that all? It's sort of like having a pet, but not a nice pet. Kind of pet that wanted to stab you with a pencil. Brothers, just saying. Treat your brothers well, friends. You only get the one. Unless you have more than one. I don't know, maybe you do. I have but the one. Sometimes wished I had more than one so I could compare. What are other kinds of brothers like? Are they this strange too? Possibly. Or sister? Are sisters different than brothers, or are they just as strange? I don't know. Possibly. Maybe I'm the strange one. Can never decide. Cameron can tell me. Sisters different from brothers. Maybe don't ask that while Ray is watching. Maybe it's more that siblings are strange. We're all a little strange. I think that's probably true. In the end, we're all mad here. Isn't that the saying? Okay. I'm gonna add a little brown texture to even that out a little bit. Yay! Actually, it might be okay. Okay. This one might be my favorite. I try not to pick favorites, but sometimes I do have one. Just one of those things. But I'm going to blend out that corner just a little tiny bit. Tiny bit. Choo-doo-doo. A little more brown. Just a smidge. Choo-choo. A little more brown. Just a smidge. And I feel like there has something. Yes. Oh, that was too much brown. Take it back. Take it back. There we go. That's better. Sometimes for shizzle happens. There we go. That's better. Blend it out, blend it out. It never happened. It never happened. You saw nothing. Okay. Watercolor. It's only real if you let it be real. Okay. Yes. Be dark, my children. My little shrubbery children. That sounded creepy. I should stop now. Okay. Yes. That's a good way of thinking about it. I like that. We are all strange in our own equally strange ways. Especially me. Because I am literally special ed. It's all good. Alright. Actually, I can use a little bit more of this on my trees because I need to darken those up. I love sometimes when I mix too much paint and then I'm like, oh, but I can use it. Ha ha ha. Okay. No water is ever lost. It's just repurposed into something new. I'm not strange? Darn. Sorry. You can always kind of tell when the meds start to wear off. I mean vitamins. The vitamins start to wear off. I start to get a little bit kooky. The kooky. The Addams Family. Sorry. Case in point. I'm just gonna take a deep breath. Probably gonna have to come back in with the smaller brush on these leaves here. Just didn't want a blobby the way I wanted. I love how we're just like, talking some smack, shall we say, when Tori's not here to defend herself. Shh, nothing's happening on this stream. Go away. It's all good. It's all good, friends. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll let that dry for a second. Something tells me we're both gonna catch it later, and not just you. Would not be surprised if I already have several messages. It's fine. Okay. I'm just to do a little bit of darkened leaves off into the corner here. And I think that's as far as I'm really going to take that one. Don't think it really needs anything else other than that. I want to make sure I get it all the way to the edge though. Yeah. Happy leaves. Happy leaves. Okay. And I know I'm risking it, but I am gonna just give it some dimension. Not much, just a tiny bit of dimension. That's like it. That's all the dimension you get, sorry. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Unfortunately, that's kind of it there on that one, but I'll do some more lining. I want it really watered down when I go in with brown. And just like tip work. Just layers and layers of things happening here. All these fun little leaves. Okay. Ooh, I got a tummy rumble. I must be getting hungry. I don't think there's gonna be, that was too much paint on there. I don't know if there's gonna be much brown on this one. Let's see, we'll just do a little. Keep that flow moving here. Maybe like right here. really much. Okay. Definitely all up in here though. This is where all like the light shrubbery happens. Look at all that little stuff. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Since that's starting to dry, I am gonna start lining just a little bit. I went in with a pencil earlier, so I kind of know where I wanted things. And I am okay that it's starting to bleed just a little bit because I'm gonna have to go over with paint anyways. I kind of just want to know where things will sort of end up later. And going in with a liner brush is sort of like sketching. Sketching out branches where I think they might end up going. Where do I think things work and don't work? Kind of like in here. Maybe not strictly every day. Most days. I'm gonna go with most days. I sort of had a goal that I was going to paint every single day. Maybe I kind of didn't quite get there. Yeah. Like, I know I'll paint today and tomorrow. Don't know if I'll paint Sunday. I often don't on a Sunday. Oh, yeah. I should definitely be painting more. But it's harder in the school year because there's just so much that kind of needs to happen. I should paint every day and stream for you. I'll think about that one. I definitely hope to do more during the summer. I won't have anything else to do. But at this point, I kind of just need to see what's happening with things. Sometimes there's just a lot going on. And streaming and painting is a little bit different than just painting. Okay. I definitely have more work I want to do in the trees, but I think I'm gonna pause for now, make sure everything gets perfectly dry before I do any of like the real detail stuff, because bookmarks are tiny. Like, this is 2 by 6 inch little panels, so I want to make sure everything's pristine, exactly how I like it before I do anything else. But would you guys like to see some bookmarks I finished earlier? Because I wanted to make sure that I could even do it before I tried this on a stream. So I actually did one from, I don't know, it must have been a few months ago. So, yeah, it must have been January, I guess. We were playing around. I'm going to move this because I know it's a little bit damp still. We were playing around in the Feywilds. And we were talking about Zerali. I did a painting, and it came out okay. I feel like my first experiment with two-tone was maybe I needed to get a little more work on that. And so I was like, well, let's kind of like practice some more. So this is where I practice a little bit more. Also at the time, remember, I was like, let's try making our own gold paint at home just for fun and see what happens. That did not go well. So since then I have bought my own gold metallic paints, and so I don't think the camera's picking it up very well. Let's see, will it pick it up if I do this? You guys let me know if you see the gold in there. But there's a gold wash on it, so it has like a metallic sheen all throughout. I don't know if it's really picking it up. I'm having a hard time telling. But it's there. I swearsies. I think it picks it up better on this one because it's that like purple, personally. But that's just me. I feel like it shows better. But anyways, so panel bookmarks, and you can see how they all kind of fit together and do that whole picture. They're not for sale yet. No, emphasis on yet. But they will be in the shop update. Hopefully, I'm aiming for May 1st. Heavy duty, fingers crossed. I'm having some trouble getting some item cards printed, and I didn't want to put certain things on the store and then just be like, dibs. You and Tori. And then just be like, well, you're gonna have to wait some extra days because certain things wouldn't print. So yeah, I haven't made up my mind what I want to do about that shop update. So the goal is sometime in the next week there will be a shop update. I just don't know when. Cry. But yeah, they'll be on there. They'll be on there. And so will these other ones if they turn out decent. But we shall see about those other ones. Haven't decided yet. But those will be on there. Either individuals or a whole set of 3. So yes, thank you. I do like how they turned out. I think those turned out nicely. So I'm gonna let these, yay. It's funny. All of my kiddos do that like old high five thing. I don't know if any of you guys did that as kids, where you would like look at your friend across the classroom and be like, high five. But since COVID, now all my kids do it, and they're like, they don't understand why I'm cracking up. Anyways, so I'm going to let this dry overnight and hopefully finish sometime tomorrow. In the meantime, if you guys like hanging out and doing cool watercolors and crafts first thing in the morning with a ton of coffee, because I will definitely be needing it. Tomorrow, I was thinking I might show you all how I paint my dice boxes. I do need to put another coat of ground on this for tomorrow. Hopefully it will be ready. Otherwise, we will be improvising. Usually ground needs to set for 24 hours before we paint, so fingers crossed. Otherwise, we're going to just YOLO this. But yeah, we're going to do a dice box or paint something cool on there. You guys can help me out with some designs because this will be a brand new design for the store. Yay! It will be kind of fun. So yeah, join me tomorrow. That's 11 a.m. Central Time. Not good at math. I know that it's... Nope, that's a lie. It's 10 a.m. Central Time. I actually can't do math right now. Whatever Central Time is, and 8 a.m. Pacific. And the medication has officially worn off. Okay, so anyways, I think it's time for dinner for me and possibly sleep for some of you guys. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow morning at whatever time it is. Check the schedule. I put it on the schedule. And I will share pictures of bookmarks when things are ready. So yes. Yay! Dinners and good nights. Thank you all for hanging out. You were awesome. And sleep is needed. Bye.